Welcome to Sugarheads Live. Whew, still got my headache. See, I'm bald. I gotta cut the rest of it. I'm just trying to show you how your hair could come. Usually I cut it first, then I put on the cream, but I did it different. I put the cream on and now I'm just gonna cut whatever's left, you know, so I can make sure and get all the hair off. Try to. All right. I didn't set a topic for today, but how y'all doing out there? I hope y'all doing better than me. Missed my doctor's appointment. They didn't call me. They call me and they was like, "Okay, you have an appointment tomorrow." I just have to see if I can get another one. You know. But how y'all doing? I hope everything is good. What topic today? I'm trying to remember because I heard something last night, and I wanted to discuss it, and I forgot what topic it was. You know, but I'm gonna put it up on the board to discuss it at a different time because right now it seems like I can't remember what it is. You know, let's see my face. I did my face too. Yeah, I did my little facial. I'm taking care of that body. Summer's coming. Summer's coming. Gotta look good. Yeah. Meanwhile, I don't have any friends or family, so I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna be doing for the summer. I ain't got nobody for them to call me and say, "Well, let's go here, let's go there." So let me find out. I'm gonna be stuck in the house. I did the traveling thing by myself already, and right now I really can't travel because most places you travel, you have to walk a lot, and I can't walk. I can't walk a lot. And if you don't know any place outside of New York City or any place outside of the USA has a lot of cobblestones. So, like I don't know if the New Yorkers ever went downtown Manhattan. Because downtown Manhattan have a lot of stones in the streets. That's what we call cobblestone up here in New York City. And everywhere outside of the US that you travel have a lot of cobblestones. A lot. So, walking, if you ever travel outside of the United States, please don't try to look fancy in whatever. Wear comfortable sneakers. Not slippers, because the slippers also slide. You need comfortable sneakers that has cushion and that can take you for miles because them streets is no joke to be walking in heels or walking in slippers. They're not. So my suggestion is when you travel and you travel outside, wear sneakers, not slippers. Slippers is like when you're in a hotel, you're walking around the hotel or whatever the case may be, because it has carpet in the hotel, you know. But sneakers is a must when you travel. A must. You can get nice designer sneakers. You can get nice cushiony sneakers. You can get make sure it's a nice pair that it doesn't have to be designer, but make sure it's cushiony. Make sure it has a lot of cushion because if you get a cute pair of sneakers and it's not comfortable, it's worse than wearing heels. Because I remember when I broke in some sneakers, and because I like nice sneakers, designer sneakers and stuff, so I'm always buying, that. But I bought some sneakers brand new, and I didn't break it in yet. And I traveled to Miami with it. I couldn't find a band-aid because the thing is with new sneakers, you put a band-aid behind your thing. I couldn't find a band-aid. On that flight, you wouldn't believe me if I told you. You would say, what? Yeah. On that trip, I met Kobe Bryant. Yes, him and I think it was his daughter Gianna was um was in Miami, and I met them. And cuz I'm like, why are these people staring? Like, why are these people staring at me? I don't know. At first I thought it was first I thought it was Jay-Z, cuz the guy was really tall. And I'm like, but he was in disguise, right? So I'm like, take off the glasses, let me see who it is, cuz he had on a hat, glasses, stuff like that. But it ended up being Kobe Bryant. And I don't know. At that time, I didn't know what his family looked like because I wasn't really into Kobe. So I never really checked out what his children looked like or whatever. But he was with some thing. I think later on it was either his daughter or his assistant. And yeah, and I went to because she was short and she was acting like a stewardess, and she kept passing by me, bumping into me. I'm like, who's this lady? Who's this lady? And then anyway, some of these stars sometimes have to, you know, how they have to dress up so they won't be recognized. So but yeah, I'm not gonna go into the long story, but I met Kobe Bryant. I don't know if the girl was his daughter or his assistant, because the reason why the other day some girl died and it seemed like she was assistant to it seems like she was an assistant to a lot of stars. And I'm like, I'm like, that girl looks familiar. So, I think probably was his assistant. Cause I said, oh, that girl looks familiar. Where did I see her from? Then they was flashing by, and they said she was the assistant to what's that boxer name? She was assistant to him. She was assistant to Kobe. She was assistant to a couple of other big stars. I don't know in how much of capacity. It seems like she was a freelancer or something, because she worked for a lot of guys, a lot of stars. She did. And she passed the other day, and I said, that girl looks so familiar. Yeah, she was on my she was on my plane, and I don't know if she was pretending that day or she was actually was, but she had on a stewardess outfit, and she was serving us like she was the stewardess. And then later on, I saw her when I met Kobe. So it probably was his assistant. No, I don't think anything was going on between them two, because she was an assistant to a lot of men stars. So but I found out she was an assistant to a lot of high profile people. Yeah, and I saw her and I met Kobe. So I'm like, okay, I wasn't really into Kobe, like I said, because I was into Jordan. I was into Shaq. I was into um see, all my favorite players I can't name right now. I was into all the Knicks, because I'm a Knicks fan. And when this Brooklynite went to the Mets, I started being a Mets fan. And because we support each other, everybody from Brooklyn, we try to support each other. So I didn't know that um Kobe was so good. Kobe was a great player. I said, wow, you know, that's what made me say, let me see. Last night I said, I don't see any great basketball players anymore in the realm of Jordan and the Knicks players. I'm sorry, Knicks players. I can't remember some of your names. Um, but I was into all the rebels on the Knicks, and of course I was into God, what is his name? Dennis Rodman. I was into Dennis Rodman because he was a rebel. I was into a lot of Knicks. I was into the Knicks because Knicks had a whole bunch of rebel players. They would be throwing, jumping for the ball, throwing their bodies, trying to. They'd be balling. You understand? They'd be balling. That's how you know, I remember being a good basketball player. You actually work for your salary. You understand? So to me, basketball is so uninterested right now. So so I'm into all the rebels. Cause I'm a rebel, and all the basketball players. So I also met Patrick Ewing. My brother introduced me because my brother was a basketball player. But the funny thing is, um, it took a while for my brother to become professional, but Patrick Ewing made it. You know. So see, we the one that helped them, and they came after us. Yeah, because Patrick Ewing is, he's Jamaican and everything like that. Yeah, my brother introduced him because that week it was um it was the week of selection. Who's going to what team? Blah 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 blah. Who's going pro? Whatever whatever. Patrick went pro. My brother didn't. His fam. I, to this day, I can't believe that we help people and immediately they went in. They went in on us. Yeah, because Patrick Ewing was introduced to me at the beach. Because I was leaving the beach, my brother was coming on the beach. No, we didn't plan the meeting. So it happened he was in the area and Patrick was with him. I was leaving. I was there with somebody. I can't remember who it was. I was leaving the beach and my brother was coming on, and Patrick was with him. And he said, "Oh, this is my sister." Blah blah blah. Or did he say? He said, and he introduced me to Patrick and he said hi. We shook hands. Whatever, whatever. We had a little convo. What you doing? Where you going? Blah blah blah. Then I left and he went on his way with Patrick. So that's how I met Patrick Ewing. Yep, Patrick made it. My brother didn't. I was up. Everybody in the family was upset. I'm like, huh? Cause my brother was a very good player. I couldn't believe that he didn't get selected. I couldn't believe it. But now Patrick family cock blocked my brother. So see, don't help nobody. Whoever's in your clan right now, keep them. Anybody else who come for help, don't help them because the help you give people is what they use against you. You know, the help you give people is what they use against you. So, anyway, so yeah, so I met Kobe, and I didn't know he was such a good player. And then somebody told me to watch his tapes, watch his videos, and so one day I just was starting watching basketball, and I'm like, oh shit, I can't believe that I missed all that. I missed him being so great when he was alive. So, but I tried watching the LeBrons and the Currys and whatever, and they are right, but they're not my cup of tea, to be honest with you. You know, like I said, I'm into the Rebels, so I'm gonna see who's the Rebels of of whatever team I watch probably later on. And no, I mean they're nice people. I mean, his wife Aisha is a nice girl. They very respectful. They have a good thing going, and LeBron, he's a nice guy. He has his wife and everything. They have a nice family and stuff like that. But maybe I should just sit down and watch instead of judging on clips here and there. So I'll do that and see. No, I don't have anything against them. They're nice people. The wife is nice. He's nice. The Currys are nice. Aisha, she's nice. She sticks by her husband. She got her little thing going on with her pots and pans, and she do her specials and cookbooks and stuff. And I don't know what LeBron's wife do though. I don't know. I know him and Jay is close. I don't know what she does. So no, they're nice people. So I just I have to watch it. I have to watch them and see, because I don't like being phony. If I think you're great, I'm gonna tell you you're great. I like them, but I want to be real, and some people just have to know how to take criticism, or not everybody is gaga over them or whatever. I remember my biggest I had I really liked Rick Ross. When Rick Ross first came out, oh my God, I was playing his music all the time. I call his music highway music. Every time I'm supposed to jump on the highway, which was a lot because I was back and forth to Long Island visiting friends all the time, just something to do because I was tired of Brooklyn. So when I would just jump in the car and drive, and I would always put on Rick Ross. So I remember when I moved over here, he was doing something, and either I sent him a note or he sent me a note. Somebody sent him a note or whatever. I forget how thing, but I think I probably sent the note. And he treated me like a groupie. I forgot what question I asked. I think they was having a thing or party. I forget. I forget how I slid into this DM, but I didn't slid in it because I liked him, because I don't like him like that. Sexually, I don't like him. I just loved his music, and I still do. And he started telling me do all this crazy stuff. But I'm saying, okay, maybe he just want to make sure I'm who I say I am, because he's a rich man and he's a star, and he just wants to make sure I'm not a thief or whatever. So he said, hold this up, some kind of note or something with my name on it, and send him a picture, and then he's gonna look at the website. So I said, okay, it's probably precautions. And I forgot he told me to do something. I'm like, what the fuck? Just to say hi, just to find out where you going. I think because he was gonna have a on-site child. I forgot what it was. I think he was having a show, and I said I want to see him live, because I seen Drake live, I seen Chris Brown live, of course I seen Jay live. Finally, I seen Beyonce live, because I go concerts every year, so I seen almost a lot of people live. I seen Erica live. I seen a lot of people live. So because I like concerts. And I think he was having a concert or something, and some giveaway from tickets, something. And they said send a note or something, and you can win some tickets. So shit, if you can get it for free, if you can win it for free, because my cousin, she be always winning tickets. If you can win it for free, why not? So I think I was trying to win the tickets or whatever. So he started telling me, well, do this, send this kind of picture, that kind of picture. And then something he asked me, I'm like, what the fuck? I said, I'm a fan, not a groupie. I am a fan, Mr. Ross. Not a groupie. And after that, I didn't like him as much. I'm sorry, because I really dug his music. Plus, he was an ex-officer, and I was an ex-officer. I'm an ex-officer, so we had a couple of things in common. So I'm like, okay. And I said I never seen Rick Ross in concert before. Okay, if he's coming to an area next to me, or I fly or whatever, because I was getting ready to fly out of town and go see Janet Jackson. Yep, because um she wasn't in New York, she was upstate New York. And then after that upstate New York, I think she was in Atlanta. So I said, let me go to Atlanta to see her. So I was, trying to find people to go with me. And of course, when you're the spur of the moment type of person like that, you're not gonna find nobody to just up and go somewhere. You understand? So I wanted to go fly and see Janet Jackson upstate. I mean, in Atlanta, because every year I would go see Jay-Z, no matter where he's at. So one year he was up. Where is that casino at? In New York City. He was in a casino. I forget the name of the place. Connecticut. He was in Connecticut in the casino. So I bought some tickets for me and my son. I'm looking at things. They said it's close by. I was like, okay. So I'm hopping on the highway, and I'm like, yo, this is a long ass ride. I'm like, this is a long ass ride to go see a man I done seen 60 million times already. I thought Connecticut. Everybody was like, oh, it's about an hour and a half out of New York. No, it wasn't. It wasn't. So remember, we gotta go there and come back. If I knew it was so long, I would have rented a hotel after the show, and me and my son would have been in a hotel, get up early, and then head back to New York City. So we had to see the show, look for the car. That's another thing. You have to remember where you park your car, because some of these parking lots are so confusing. So finally we found a car. We got in the car, and my son drove back home. We got home around 4 a.m. And God blessed us. Soon as we got in, somebody was coming out of their parking. Somebody was coming out their parking, and we parked. Me and my son went upstairs and we slept. You know, but I really dug Rick Ross, but he treated me like some groupie. I'm like, no, sir, I'm just a fan. Just like I'm a fan of Jay-Z. I'm a fan, not a groupie. I'm a fan of Drake. You know, I'm a fan. I used to be a big fan of Lil Wayne's. Why not anymore? I still like Lil Wayne. It's just that I understand he's protecting his daughter, but um, there was no need to protect his daughter from me, because what happened was um, I just asked her and the mother, "What are you doing with your life?" Because I said all your other friends is doing stuff with their life, and all I ever see you is these up and coming rappers, and you're not promoting nothing, you're not selling nothing, you're not talking about a website you got, or you're talking about some man that you just met. You understand? So I said, "What are you doing with your life, young lady?" I said, "Are you selling anything? Do you have a website or whatever? Are you planning for your future without your dad's money?" Well, child, I'm sorry I cared, because whatever she told her mama called her papa, and her papa started coming after me. And I'm like, well, damn, I'm sorry I cared. Because people get mad with me when I don't pay attention to them. And they get mad at me when I do pay attention to them. So it's like I can't win. Why she not trying to help me in my career? Why she not doing this? Why she not? And when I do, everybody's like, oh, I can't stand that B. Because the thing is that was going around, and don't like her. You can't like her. You can't be her friend. That was the industry pass around. Because I told you that my in-laws don't like me. Yup. So they was passing around, don't like me. So everybody I met, even if they found me to be a nice person, they was always looking for something for me to do so they can hate me for it. You know, and it's just tiring. It's just tiring to be hated for things you haven't done, and you care about somebody and they don't appreciate you caring. And I don't mind if people don't like me, but don't come after me for nothing, just because you don't like me. You understand? Some people say, well, not nothing, I ain't come after you. Yes, most of the stuff y'all coming after me for is nothing. I didn't do whatever you thought I did. You understand? I didn't. I told you the story about Spice and Rihanna yesterday. I'm not gonna keep talking about it. People just look for stuff to not like me for because I'm such a nice person. So they wait till I ask a wrong question or I say something. They was passing around. They was saying I was calling people's kids ugly. No, somebody that I know have a child, and somebody else had a surrogate child, and then somebody that they know that I know also have a child with the same surrogate. I didn't notice until I started looking. I'm like, they look alike, and then I found out they had the same surrogate. So then, I think the mother asked me the question. So what do you think? And something was wrong with the child's eye. And when you don't answer real quick, people automatically think it's negative. But when she asked me, I was looking at the child and I'm like, something is wrong with this child. Like one time, somebody asked me about Safari's daughter, his first daughter, and something is wrong. What's wrong with her eyes too? And I took some time, and so I didn't answer right away. I was looking at the child and I'm like, yeah, she's cute, but something is going on with her. Because I did that with my niece. There was something wrong with my niece. What? The doctor didn't give my niece certain medications and stuff that she was supposed to get on purpose. They say they gave it to her, but they didn't. Just like when I had my fibroids and I was supposed to have fibroid surgery, the surgery the medication I was supposed to get, I had to buy it out of pocket because the insurance wouldn't cover it. I spent $150 a pop, and I think I had to have 3 or 4 shots before my operation. The doctor told me to take it so it can soften up. It can soften up my fibroids. So when the doctor went in, she was scared and she was shocked because my fibroids wasn't soft or anything. That nurse never gave me my fibroid medication. Yup, right there in Brookdale Hospital. Not Brookdale. The one across the street from Kings County. Yup, that hospital. Some Jamaican nurse. And I gave her the medication. So she stole my medication and she pretended to give me a shot. So the doctor told me, they was like, I thought you told me that you got your shots. I said, I did. I said, the nurse is right there. She's in the chart. She said she gave me the medication. She said, no, she didn't. It doesn't look like it was given to you. I don't know what happened then, because I was only going there to get my surgery and then I transferred back over to downstate, right? After I finished downstate for my fibroids, I transferred back over to Kings County. But thank God that she was the top doctor that everybody calls for fibroid surgery. Because if she wasn't the top, I would have been dead or I would have lost my uterus. Because I was still trying to have children at that time. Yep. It's a lucky thing that she was the top. Matter of fact, she taught other other upcoming doctors. So when you see that I have a long history with Jamaicans, now you know why. Because they're very cruel people. They're very cruel people. And I have Jamaican friends, and we discuss it. And some of them say I don't date Jamaicans either, and they Jamaican. You understand? I don't understand why. Maybe it's just me they don't like, and the word was spreading or whatever. Because One time I was pregnant, and this Jamaican nurse caused me to have a miscarriage. She told me to come 1 week. I'm pregnant, and then the next week they told me to come get a sonogram because I had to give DNA stuff for the baby father and me information because they started doing DNA stuff, tracing the family line. That's what she told me, you know. But come to find out that she's related to the people on my job, and she just wanted to find out who was the baby father because, like I told the story, she was in one of my coworkers was not in love. One of my coworkers liked, and I wouldn't even say like, she just wanted to have him just to have him, so nobody else would have him or me to have him. So she just wanted to find out who baby it was. So when she found out it was his baby, she the nurse told me she was taking a sonogram, and the next thing I know, I was bleeding. And then she ran out the room, and I'm like, "What's the matter?" And she said, she came back in the room and she said, "I'm sorry to tell you, I can't hear the baby's heartbeat." She killed my baby. You understand? So when I'm telling you, these people are mean people, very mean people. Yeah. So when she found out he was the father, she gave me, she aborted my baby. Because I went in there for a regular checkup the week before, and she said, "Oh, you need to come back for a screening. We got to do DNA stuff, find out about the father, so to see if the baby's okay." Because I was older, my late 30s. So I'm like, I thought everything was legit when she was telling me, but no, people was following me, and I didn't know that they was following me. Not literally, but they was following where I was going to the doctor, who was my doctor. So they wanted to know who was the father of the baby. Some women just do not know how to let go. And that's the problem Jamaican women have. That's why one of the reasons why I never wanted to date any Jamaican men, because they don't set their women straight. They don't set their exes straight at all. Jamaican women feel like once they date you, or once they have a child with you, the opposite of what men usually feel. You understand? Because back in the day, men used to feel once that woman have a child for them, they can dib and dab in and out. I didn't play that. I did not play that. I had to end up telling my baby father, when you want to see your son, call my mother. Call my mother, because when he came, he was trying to get his hands all over me. And I'm like, no, you the one that cheated on me. You the one that didn't want me. So don't try to get back with me now. And I was very adamant about that. And it came to the point where I had to tell him, pick up your child at my mother's house. But Jamaican women just cannot let go at all. And if the man have a child with them, they use that child to the hilt. Oh, the baby's sick. In the middle of the night, oh, the baby needs some Pampers. Always want money. So it came to a point when I used to tell him, I'm like, okay, well, anything the baby need, you buy it. I cannot see you living here and you taking care of her and me and or whatever. And plus, he wasn't even taking care of me. You're not going to be living in my house and giving another woman money. If I understand you have to take care of your kid, buy the baby whatever the baby needs. And then I understood, because she was young. She was young. She was 17 when she had her first child, and he was in his 20s. So I had to deal with her with kids gloves. And then she didn't know that when when he was supposed to be babysitting, he would bring his son for me to babysit. And she's lucky she had a good stepmother like me, because I treated him like my own child. Some stepmothers first don't want the other kid in their house. They definitely ain't gonna babysit. But I don't believe that children should be punished for their parents. The baby's here already. you can't take out your anger on the baby or whatever. So I always treated his son, his first son, excuse me, like my own. You understand? But she couldn't let go. So I put it as age. But years went by and she's still upset with me. Even after I found out they both had another son together, I left him. But he didn't leave me and go to her. He left me and lived with his sister for a while. Then he bought some girl from Jamaica, gave her a green card, and married her. So I'm like, why aren't you mad with him? Why aren't you mad with her? I left him because you guys had a second child while we was together. He didn't come to you because he didn't want you, because he was feeding you that garbage. You understand? So that's why I wasn't mad with her, because men, you know, you don't know what the man is telling the other woman, so you can't be mad with the woman all most of the time. You understand? So I was never mad with her. I used to tell her, talk to him. But anyway, Jamaican women just can't let go. And it's hard for me to be in a relationship with a Jamaican man, because they don't put that woman straight, because they don't want to lose their children, and they want to see their kids and stuff like that. And Jamaican women just use their kids to get everything that they want, not the kid, that they want. They want that baby father to take care of them the rest of their lives. I'm talking about them, not the kid. I don't mind if he takes care of the kid, but you're not going to take care of her. Not while you're with me. I'm sorry, you're not. And that's what they like. That's what Jamaican women like. And a lot of them, even if the kid is not theirs, they tell the guy the kids are theirs. You understand? Because I had a lot of run-ins with Jamaican women. You understand? And me and them can never get along, because they do the things that a man do in relationship. They always want to fight. They want to meet you somewhere and fight. They want to do this. They want to call your house, be disrespectful. I'm like, listen, I wasn't there when he broke up with you, and I wasn't the reason why he broke up with you. So I don't know why you stalking me. I don't know why you're being disrespectful, or whatever the case may be. I said I treated you with kid gloves. I treated you with respect. I respected you with his baby mother, but you need to get over it. Because when him and I broke up, he didn't come to you. He found a new woman and went to her and married her. So obviously he didn't want you. He was just playing with you like most men. You was giving him the sex, so he was screwing you and screwing me, and God knows whoever else. You understand? So finally I just found, his sister told me everything, and I left him. And I too thought that he was gonna go to his baby mother. I did, because you got two kids with her. You understand? He didn't. He found himself an apartment, him and his sister, and then he moved out, and then he got another apartment. Because while he was seeing her and me, because he got her pregnant and he was still living with me, and he started dating some girl in Jamaica. You understand? So they was having a relationship. So by the time I finished with him, or we broke up, she thought he was gonna come. I thought he was gonna go to her, because I didn't know about the one in Jamaica. So then the sister showed me all the receipts about the one in Jamaica. So then he filed for her. She got her paperwork. She came to New York City. He married her. She got her green card. And in between that, he had a lawsuit going while he was living with me. You know how long them lawsuits is. That nigga ain't give me a fucking dime, and I put him through school. So I said I would never make a man better for another woman. You got to prove yourself for me. I am not doing shit for... However you come to me, you going to stay like that. Because that really broke me into a lot of different things. It made me not date Jamaica, not want to date any Jamaican men, not want to date black men, because after him, I started only dating white men and other men, not no black men. I wasn't dating no black men. That was my white phase. Or at that time, I was also dating a Chinese guy. You understand? I would not even look at another black man because he broke me. You know how some men break women and they turn lesbian? He broke me. I stopped dating black men because I put too much into them. Because back in the day, people was like, well, your man coming up, you got to support, So I support him. I helped him out, and I helped him go through school because he went to school for air conditioning and stuff. I paid his first semester. You understand? And he got in an accident while he was there. I was in the car, and he was talking, and he's like, he telling me how he's doing this and doing that, and he's like, later on we found out that later on I found out he was cheating and he married somebody. So I'm like, whatever. So he got that money and he spent it on his wife and his baby mother. I didn't get a dime. Matter of fact, he left something at my house and he came back for it. While he was in my house, he bought some silk sheets. He bought me a little dog because I like dogs. But we couldn't get a real one, so because I was in school, he was now in school and stuff. So he bought me this porcelain dog. He bought some silk sheets, because he liked how it feel when we was having sex. So he bought a whole bunch of silk sheets and stuff like that, silk or satin, one or the other. Do you know when he left? He came back for all that, even the dog. Even the dog. I gave it to him. I'm like, it would go in the garbage anyway. I didn't like the silk sheets because I was sliding all over the place. It looked nice on the bed, whatever. But to sleep on, no, that's sexing kind of sheets. That's not nothing you can sleep on because in the summertime you're hot. Then you're rolling all over the bed. Every time you turn, the sheet come off the bed. It's those silk and satin sheets. They're not good to sleep in. So when we have sex, we used to put it on. But yeah, he came back for all his sheets. He came back for his porcelain dog because he know I love that dog. You understand? He came back. He got it. I gave it to him. I'm like, whatever. Take your shit. I don't want no remembrance of you. And I was dead up. Take your shit. Because once I leave you, I leave you. I ain't turning back for nothing because you're telling me I'm not the one for you. So why am I coming back to you? Why, that's me. I don't be upset when I get criticized from a man because you're not the one God have planning for me. You're not. Because if you cared about me, you respect me, you treat me good, you understand, and you be respectful. Because I tell guys straight up, I'm like, if you're dating someone, be straight up. Be straight up with me. But no, the problem with guys is when I was younger is they want to date, but they want you to stay put. Because they can't handle you being with another man. They say they can, but then they can't. But I think it's fair that if you just want to date that girl, you like her, but you're not sure if she's the one, both of you should be able to date, but a man can't do that. He go in saying he's going to say that. Say, listen, I just want to date. You do you, I do me, blah, blah, blah. Later on, when they find out that she has another date with a different guy and it's not him, he's like, he want to call you out your name. How you going to do that? But you told me we can date. But I'm not dating nobody, but that's on you. But meanwhile, he is dating other people. He just don't want you to do that. That's not fair. If you want to date other guys and you want to date other girls, tell your partner. Tell your partner. Whether they can take it or not is another topic. You know, I don't believe in wasting nobody's time. I don't want my time to be wasted, so I don't believe in wasting anybody's time. Because, you can vibe with somebody, but there's one or two things that you may not like about that person. You either discuss it with that person or you move along, but you don't make her believe that you're the girlfriend. She's the girlfriend, and you out there still looking. And then all the lies set in. You gotta hide and all. No, everybody's grown. Everybody's grown. I mean, you don't have to go into full details. So no, you can do you. You can date whoever. I'm gonna date. We see each other when we can. You know, and most of the time, a lot of a lot of women, even if we say that we want to date other people, usually women don't do that. They just let the guy think that okay, because they uh they want to date that one person. Because women can make up their mind real quick, you know, and so they let him believe that um she's dating someone else because that's the agreement, and he's dating because she don't want him to know that she's sitting at home waiting for him to call because she don't want to go out there and meet another guy because you don't understand as a woman, and I consider myself a decent woman. It's hard to give up your body to different guys that you just don't have any feelings for. You understand? It's hard, and sometimes you just have to fake the funk and say, okay, I'm dating or whatever the case. And you're not. It's hard. It's hard. If you meet a guy and you like him, I'm not saying it can't happen. You meet a guy and then you meet another guy or whatever the case may be. But when I was younger, even though I played that game, telling guys that I'm dating other people, it was hard for me because I wasn't raised like that. I wasn't raised to date two and three guys. You know, I could barely date one guy, much less two and three. But as a grown woman now, it's different because you know I'm meeting a more mature kind of crowd. And it takes time for a man to grow up. It takes time for a man to grow up. You understand? And men are selfish. They only want you to be with them or whatever. But then, you would find um depending on your situation. Because right now that's a new concept for me, dating different guys. It is. All my life I've been monogamous. One guy and me, that's it. I put up with all his shit, and then when I can't take anything anymore, I leave and I date someone else. I'm not used to, you know, dating one guy and really liking him and then meeting another guy and really liking him and so on and so forth. That's a new concept for me. So pardon me if sometimes I can't, I'm not used to it, but I know it has to be done or whatever, but I'm not used to that because I wasn't like that. You know, I grew up in a very strict house, mother and grandmother, but I grew up a lot around a lot of men. I had a lot of girl cousins, but I always hung out with all the guys in my family. Me and all the guys in my family, we get along way better than me and the girls. You know, I was a tomboy of sorts, and I'm still a tomboy. So that's why I keep jumping from topic to topic. That's why a lot of lesbians think I'm lesbian because I guess I have this kind of dykish quality. So I termed it the other day, you know, but I'm straight. I just have I just have I'm not saying lesbian qualities. I'm saying what's the terminology besides dyke? Because I don't know if that's a derogatory terminology. I don't know the terminologies these days for lesbians. Because there's lipstick lesbian, there's something other like. Okay, I'm the tomboy lesbian. I mean, I'm the tomboy straight girl. I'm a tomboy, but I like men. I like hanging around with guys, but I like guys. You know what I'm saying? So, but I get approached a lot from women, and I'm not. I have to say, I tell them I'm like I'm straight, But oh, I'm straight. I really like guys. It's just that I like hanging around guys. I learn a lot from men. And I can't take the mess with the women. The women are messy. Being their friends, messy. It's always some argument. It's always some backbiting, some fighting, some people minding people's business. I can't deal with that. So when I was younger, I used to hang out with all my boy cousins, you know, but I like guys. So, you know, the question wasn't the question wasn't strange to me when women approach me. It's just when I give them the answer, they wouldn't take it as a no, because I was so, I wouldn't say masculine, but I'm sure there's another terminology. You know, yep. Even up to this day, I wear my pants baggy. You would hardly see me with any tight pants on. Hardly. You would see me with nice slacks on, looking nice and cute, whatever. But you know, being tight, 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 you would really see me. You would see me with nice short dresses, short skirts. Because I like my body. So, well, to an extent, So, summertime is coming. You would see me with a nice little short skirt or a short dress. You know, cut off top or something that looks sexy but not too revealing, or even if it's a low cut top, within reason, within reason, but I try to be as decent as I can, but you know what can you say? So today I didn't have a topic, but I sure talked a lot, didn't I? 52 minutes. So what's up, Mr. Mook? What's up? You want to ask me a question, or you just here to stare at me? I know I'm cute. No? All the people who come watch me, I'm like, I be seeing people ask questions. When I watch all these other things, people ask questions, say hi or whatever. Oh my God, all the people come stare at me or watch my show. They just stay in the background just watching. No questions, nothing. Thanks for showing up. Appreciate it. No questions? Mm. I get a lot of my haters sometimes come watch me. Thank you for showing up, whoever you are. Yeah, half of the people that follow me is my people who can't stand me, believe it or not. So I'm trying to get those numbers up. You know, go to YouTube and please follow me, Boss Lady Sugarheads, right? BOSSLADY and Sugarheads. Okay, and my other channel is Boss Lady Sugarheads 91, and the other one is Boss Lady Sugarheads by itself, all one word. In YouTube, whatever you miss that I've taped here on Instagram Live, and if you missed it, you can go to YouTube and check it out. Look for Boss Lady Sugarheads. Same spelling. SH. Okay? SHUGARHEADZ. Not Sugarheads 2. Just Boss Lady Sugarheads. That's the one channel, and the other channel is Boss Lady Sugarheads 91. And you would find whatever you miss here, and um you can see it on there. So Mr. Mook or Mrs. Mook, go to YouTube, catch up on my channel, ask a question or two. So maybe next time you join me, you can ask a question or two or whatever. I'm getting ready to sign off because you can see that I'm kind of tired. I was up all night. I was up all night working. And I got like 2 hours of sleep since yesterday. because I sleep in spurts. I could never sleep in one straight 8 hours. Never. Even when I was working, I would sleep like 4 hours, get up, prepare my meal, pack it up, put it in the fridge, and go back to sleep for about another 2 hours or something like that, or an hour and a half. Because it takes me like an hour to get to sleep. And by the time I get to sleep, it's time to get up for work. So I had to start doing different things to make me tired in the daytime. So in the nighttime, I'll be thinking, okay, it says pause. Okay, my connection. All right, so Mr. Mook, I'm getting thirsty, so I'm gonna go get something to drink and get some sleep. I'm tired. Oh damn, I gotta call a couple. I gotta make a couple of phone calls. Shit. Ugh. All right. Have a great day. Thanks for joining my live. Bye. What was this conversation about?